Sevgili basketbol severler, ulusal maçlar için sizleri ayağa kalkmaya davet ediyorum. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for national anthems. First, the national anthem of Slovenia. Slovenia ulusal marşı. The national anthem of Côte, Fiedliche Sahil Ulusal Marşı.
Hello and welcome into BDC Arena in Istanbul, Turkey for the 2026 FIBA U17 Basketball World Cup. My name is Craig Feta and I'll be with you for this classification matchup between Ivory Coast from Group D and Slovenia from Group C. We're so glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from around the world. It's going to be a little bit different style of broadcast than you might be used to. I'll be interacting live with those of you watching on our YouTube stream, and I'll be responding to questions and comments, so I may not catch every play on the floor. And if you do engage in the YouTube chat, we just ask that you keep it friendly and respectful, and we will all have a good time. Don't forget, you can also check us out on X, Facebook, and Instagram at NextGenHoops. And when you share or comment, use the hashtag FIBA U17. Well, this matchup between Ivory Coast and Slovenia should be a good one. Ivory Coast, a young team, average age 15.9 years. They had a tough loss to a good Australia team. couple of things they need to work on if they're going to be successful in this one. They're only shooting 24% from three-point range. They're averaging 19 turnovers per game as we look at our officials for this contest. Blanca Burns of the USA, Yuliris Guzman of Puerto Rico, and Youngjin Park of Korea. Ivory Coast led by Nathan Jacko at 17.4 points per game, Jean-Philippe Oka at 13 points per game, and Rafael Ouedraogo at 9.8 points and 9 rebounds per game. As we take a look at the starters for Team Slovenia. Same starting lineup that Gregor Gorniec has used throughout this tournament. Alex Page-Rupnik, Jakub Shiftar, Matic Rezic, Lun Yarts, and Nate Roznik. And the starters for Anderson Afi and team from Ivory Coast, same starters that Afi has used. Barakel Kofi, Omar Mangasuba, Nathan Jacko, or rather Natan Jacko, I should say, Jean-Philippe Oka, and Rafael Ouedraogo. Slovenia also played in a very tough group. The other three teams in Group C made the quarterfinals. Slovenia also needing to improve their outside shooting at just 27%. They got to take better care of the ball as well, 17.8 turnovers per game. Slovenia led by Jakub Shiftar, 17.2 points per game. He had 31 against Puerto Rico. Lun Yarts averaging 16.5 points and 5.8 rebounds. And Matic Rezic, 10.5 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game. There you see Anderson Afi. He's assisted by Roland Blay and Gildas Boho. Gregor Gorniec for Slovenia, assisted by Marko Irgolic and Zan Pevic Glavan. A big hello to all of our YouTube FIBA members. 3 tiers to choose from. Got a bunch of people at the beginning of our stream started up here that became MVP members. Got some rookies in there as well. 3 tiers to choose from, rookie, starter, or MVP. Access to lots of exciting perks, including first looks at highlights, special emojis you can use during our live stream chats, and lots of other cool stuff. Ball is in the air, and we are underway. Ping-ponged around, finally taken by Slovenia. H. Rupnik's pass intercepted. Here comes Ouedraogo. Oh, stolen away. H. Rupnik back the other way. And that pass, an errant one from Jakub Shiftar. And already we've seen a couple of turnovers in this game. We talked about that in the open just a moment ago. Both of these teams need to take better care of the ball. Those of you on our YouTube live stream chat, go ahead and let us know where you're watching from. Try to say hello on the air. That 3 rattles out. Still scoreless. Slovenia running their offense. Handoff to Rezic. Beautiful bounce pass into the paint. Shot blocked. Ouedraogo had that block. And Ivory Coast nearly turns it over again. Oka's pass and a foul prior to the shot. First team foul on Slovenia. Beg your pardon, that was Jean-Philippe Oka that had that block. Slovenia already 2 turnovers. Tough work under the bucket, would not fall. But Slovenia back the other way. Another rejection by Oka. Up from the top of the key for Shiftar, no good. Both teams still looking for their first point. Handoff back to Oka. Oka for three. Almost called that one. That missed. Minute and a half into the game, no points. Paige Rupnik into the paint. Off the glass. No tip. No. And the rebound by Oka. Oka playing with Brave Lions in the USA for his club ball, along with Adama Kone, who has not yet checked into this game. That triple missed. Rebound Shiftar. Christian in our live chat cheering for Oka and Jacko. Layup. Finally, we get a point. Jakob Shiftar puts Slovenia up 2-0. 7:44. First points of this game. If you think you know how this game is going to end or any of the remaining games in this tournament, we invite you to play our U17 World Cup game predictor. Go to the official U17 World Cup website and hit us up with your bold predictions for a chance to win some great prizes. Drive and dish into the corner. Three on the way. Rattles out. Ivory Coast 0 for 5 from the floor so far. 0 of 3 from three-point range. Slovenia just 1 for 7 overall. The drive and the kick out. 3 on the way from Mangasuba. That is good. Ivory Coast now with the lead, 3-2. Comment in the chat asking if any match has ever finished 0-0. No, I don't think so. I'm sure you're saying that tongue in cheek, but finally we have a score. 3-2 in favor of Ivory Coast. Shiftar nearly lost the handle. Shot clock at 4. He's got to hurry. Floater from 14. That is good. Pretty shot by Jakob Shiftar. He's got all 4 points for Slovenia so far. The runner won't fall. Rebound Yarts. Left hand stuff. Omar Mangasuba takes advantage of the loose ball. Goes up and jacks that one with the left hand. And Ivory Coast back on top 5-4. Another turnover for Slovenia. Leads to the easy bucket by Mangasuba. Nate Slapnik into the game now for Slovenia. Jakob Shiftar sits down. That 3 is up and good. Matic Rezic came into this one shooting just 5 of 21 from three-point range, but nails that one to give Slovenia the lead back 7-5. Spinning move, hanging, won't fall for Barakel Kofi, but Ivory Coast get the offensive rebound. Inside 5.5 minutes to play, first quarter. Up and under move there. The floater won't fall for Oka. Out of bounds and it'll stay with Ivory Coast. We've got a fresh 14 on the shot clock. Ivory Coast works it around. Open 3, missed. And the rebound. Raisins. Raisins to Rajnik, and he loses it. Oh, thunder coming! Rafael Odrogo goes up and hammers that one home off of another turnover by Slovenia, and we are tied at 7. 4:38 to play in this first quarter. Knocked out of bounds by Odrago. Mata responds to has the game ever finished 0-0 in our YouTube live stream chat. They tried that. That's why there's a shot clock. If you remember NCAA games in the early 80s prior to the inception of the shot clock at the college level, some of those games were just brutal. Going to the four corners offense, just throw the ball around. Nice little inbound play there for Slovenia, results in the easy bucket. And they're up 9-7. Into the corner for Oka. Back outside. Nagasuba, his three-pointer missed, but the rebound tracked down by Oka. Oka takes it himself. The runner won't fall. Rebound, Rosnick. Paige Rupnik to his right, gets it back. Now around Razitz. Nothing there. Back outside. 3 on the way from Razitz. Splash! Matisse Razitz. His second three-pointer of the game so far. Kwame in our live stream chat asks, how long is every quarter? In FIBA play, each quarter is 10 minutes long. Slovenia with a 5-point lead, biggest of the game. Another 3 on the way, just missed. Ivory Coast taking better care of the ball, just 1 turnover so far. Slovenia already with 4. Ivory Coast, though, not shooting the ball well at all. 3 of 15 overall, 1 for 7 from three-point range. Slovenia not a ton better, 5 of 12 overall, 2 of 4 from the arc. Ivory Coast came into this game with a 2-3 record in this tournament as another 3 falls in. That one. Jean-Charles Chironsi. And Ivory Coast back to within 2. Foul on the play. Count the bucket. And Nate's Piernot will go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. Foul was on Barakel Kofi. And Piernot completes the 3-point play. And Slovenia on top 14-10. Make it 15-10. That 3 was offline. Here comes Slovenia looking to expand their biggest lead of the game. Here's the drive by Razitz. He's got to pull it back out. Yards. His right-hand runner won't go. Offensive rebound. Piernot kicks it out. Now into the corner. 3 on the way from Yards. Splash! Loon Yards hits from long distance. Yards averaging 16.5 points per game. He wasn't shooting very well from long distance, just 3 of 20 coming into this one. But Slovenia with an 8-point lead, 18-10, 2:07 to play, first quarter. 18-10 Slovenia with 2:07 to play first quarter. Both teams got off to a little bit of a slow start, but they're starting to heat up offensively. Slovenia a little more so than Ivory Coast. Slovenia 3 of 5 from three-point range. Ivory Coast 2 of 9. Tough bucket underneath Laji Konate. And the lead down to 6. If you want to keep up with all the stats like I am, you can go to the official tournament website as Yards rains down another three-pointer. Go to the official tournament website for the same stats I'm looking at live as they happen. We'll also catch up on the latest news, box scores, standings, rosters, player profiles, pictures, videos, and lots more. That's the U17 World Cup website. While you're online, be sure to follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram at NextGenHoops. And when you share or comment, use the hashtag FIBA U17. Both free throws good. And Ivory Coast cuts the lead to 7. If you have not already, go ahead and give us a thumbs up on our YouTube live stream. Throw us that like if you would. Try to get to 100 for this game at 11, I believe, right now. Slovenia really crashing the boards offensively on this possession. However, ball goes off the hand of Shiftar out of bounds, and it'll be Ivory Coast ball, 56.4 to play in this first quarter. Side to Coadio for 3. That missed. Shiftar into the paint. Left hand, underhand layup won't go, but he draws the foul, and he'll go to the line for a pair. Shiftar, a 67% free throw shooter on the tournament. Shiftar hits the first. And drains the second. 23-14. Lead back to 9. Coadio has it stolen away. Here comes Shiftar. Right-hand layup won't go. Looked like he was going up to dunk that and then changed his mind and went to lay it off the glass and hit back iron. '67 likes. As I just refreshed my YouTube screen here. Appreciate the engagement so far. Ada says he thought Tony Parker was the best coach in this tournament, but there's a lot of great coaches in this tournament. Tony Parker, of course, NBA legend, making his coaching debut with the U17 national team for France. I'm sure they're a little disappointed. Not making the semifinals, losing to a tough Turkey team yesterday, 94-87. The first quarter comes to an end with Slovenia on top, 23-14. We are back with second quarter action in just a moment. 23-14, Slovenia leading Ivory Coast after one quarter. Their game's already in the books. In the other classification games, Japan defeated Venezuela 62-52. It was Canada over Puerto Rico 101-82. Italy down Cameroon 93-74. France beat Lithuania 73-59. China down New Zealand at 92-79. And in the first semifinal, which finished just a little while ago, USA defeated Australia 114-65. Turkey and Serbia will get started in the other semifinal in just a little while for the right to face USA in the gold medal game. And three is up and good. Jean-Charles Siransi. That's his second three of the game. Ivory Coast back to within 6. Poked out of bounds. Nice defensive play by Oka. Slovenia retains possession with 11 to shoot. That Turkey-Serbia game is going to be a good one. Turkey, very tough. I've done a couple of their games. And between Omer Kutalay and Darius Karatasu, that dynamic duo, they are very difficult to contain. Konate misses from in close, but Ivory Coast keeps it. Now from the right elbow, Siransi fading away and missing. And an unsportsmanlike whistled on Tomšić Vojković. So Ivory Coast will get 2 free throws and the ball. The winner of this game will face China tomorrow. Hope you've been enjoying this one so far. Teams got off to a little bit of a rocky start, but Slovenia picked up the offense. Ivory Coast trying to keep up. My name is Craig Feta. Thanks so much for being with us wherever you're tuned in from around the world. A special welcome to our FIBA YouTube members. Like to become a FIBA YouTube member, we've got 3 tiers to choose from: rookie, starter, and MVP. Pretty spinning fadeaway. Ooh, that was nice. Arakel Kofi gets Ivory Coast back to within 2. 3 tiers to choose from on our FIBA YouTube membership package. You get early access to highlights. Bang, that three-pointer. I don't think that's how Shiftar planned it, but it went in. And Slovenia back up 4. FIBA YouTube members get early access to highlights, loyalty badges, and emojis to use during our live streams, and a lot of other cool stuff. You have 3 tiers to choose from: rookie, starter, or MVP. Join now and become part of our growing community. H. Rupnik, and foul call. Angela in our live stream chat says, let's go Slovenia. That 3 is up, back iron. And the long rebound to Ivory Coast, trailing by 5. Here comes Oka. Right-hand layup not there, but the putback. Oh my, Rafael Ouedraogo He's had a couple of impressive dunks in this game, and Ivory Coast to within 3. Gomez says Slovenia good at shooting threes. That's their strength. They've shot very well from three-point range in this game, but not so much in this tournament. Coming into this game, Slovenia just 27% from three-point range, but there's another triple by Ivory Coast, and Jean-Charles Chironsi ties it up at 26. Third three-pointer of the game for Chironsi. He's got 9, and Gregor Gornitz wants timeout. 7:06 to play, second quarter. On the strength of a Jean-Charles Chironsi three-pointer, Ivory Coast has tied it up at 26. Chironsi 3 of 4 from three-point range. He's got 9 points. Just inside 7 minutes to play, second quarter. Another turnover by Slovenia. And the two-hand jam, Barakel Kofi. And now Ivory Coast leading 28-26. To Razitz to the corner now for Paige Rupnik. Razitz gets it back. 4 on the shot clock. Step back long 3. That one missed badly there for the putback. Is Rosnik. He missed, but he got fouled as the shot clock expired.
Number 3. First personal foul. Second team foul.
First free throw straight through. Rosnik came into this game 7 of 13 from the free throw line. Second one straight through as well. Tied up at 28. Another 3 out of the way from Chironsi. That one missed badly. It's possible that Paige Rupnik got a finger on that because Chironsi missed that three-pointer by a wide margin. Now some pressure in the backcourt by Ivory Coast. Easily broken by Slovenia. 6 minutes to play, second quarter. Paige Rupnik back to Slapnik. Right-hand drive off the square and in. Pretty drive by Nate Slapnik. And those are his first 2 points of the game to put Slovenia back on top, 30-28. Here comes Doumbouya. Gets it back in the corner. Step back 3. Splash! Tessalon Doumbouya. He's got his first 3 points of the game, and Ivory Coast on top 31-30. Doumbouya plays at 42 to a basket. Pozzulli in Italy for his club ball. As Slovenia turn it over on a shot clock violation. Beg your pardon, they called a foul. That was on Drogo. So Rosnick to the free throw line. 2 for 2 tonight, got a pretty stroke. Rosnick already 6 rebounds in this game. That one missed. One of the things we said in the open was that Ivory Coast, well, Slovenia as well, they both have to take much better care of the ball than they have in this tournament. Ivory Coast averaging 19 turnovers per game. In this game so far, just 2. Slovenia, same problem. 17.8 turnovers per game. As Konate scores. 6 turnovers in this contest so far for Slovenia. So both teams taking a little bit better care of the ball. Ivory Coast much better, as Nate's Rosnick benefited a nice pass. That was Loon Yartz on that pass to Rosnick, by the way. That led to the easy bucket. Want to credit the passer when we can. Been a lot of great games this tournament, and if you've been enjoying it, be sure to follow us on social media at X, Facebook, and Instagram at NextGenHoops. Another shot blocked. That time, I believe it was Konate that got a hand on it. Oka has a couple of blocks already. Let's see who they credit that one to. And when you share and comment on the socials, be sure to use the hashtag FIBA U17. That was Konate that was credited with that block. 3 blocks already in this game for Ivory Coast. Kofi gives Ivory Coast the lead. Kofi was 3 of 8 from the free throw line prior to that. This could make him a 50% shooter from the stripe on the tournament. And that's short. Rebound Raisins. We get a look at Anderson Affey, head coach for Ivory Coast. Dumbuya made that rebound. Ivory Coast's 2 wins in this tournament came against Venezuela in the opening game of the group phase, 74-63, and then yesterday against Cameroon, 77-62. Matisse Raisins up at the rim, laying it in with 2 hands. Slovenia's lone win came yesterday against Italy, 70-64. But again, they came through a very tough group. Semi-finalist Turkey, a scrappy New Zealand team. Of course, Puerto Rico always a good team. This ball movement around the outside. 3 on the way from Raisins. Splash! Matisse Raisins! It's that 3-pointer. And Slovenia expand their lead to 4. Slovenia led by as many as 9 prior to the end of the first quarter. Biggest lead of the game for Ivory Coast, just 2. about half an hour away from the start of the other semifinal, Turkey and Serbia, in the main arena here at BDC Arena in Istanbul, Turkey. Appears to be a great facility. Full disclosure, I am broadcasting remotely. I am not in the building. Watching the game on a monitor. In the central USA. Again, Slovenia patiently working it around the outside. Now the kick out to Razic. That three-pointer missed, but the offensive rebound. Rajnik goes back up. No. While popping around, Rajnik lost the handle. And a foul, I believe that's going to be on Hugo Rene Godets. Over 1,000 viewers and 85 likes now. If you have not already on our YouTube live stream, go ahead and hit that thumbs up for us. Show these players some appreciation for working hard and representing their countries. Some of them for the first time. That three good from the left wing. Barakel Kofi. And Ivory Coast back to within one. Pass stolen, intercepted by Oka. Alley-oop! Boy Drogo catches the oop and slams it home, and Ivory Coast back on top, 39-38. Welcome back to beautiful and historic Istanbul, Turkey. The 2026 FIBA U17 Basketball World Cup. My name is Craig Fada. Hope you've been enjoying this one. Slovenia has led most of the way, but since the start of the second quarter, it's really been back and forth. If you think you know how this one's going to end, go to the official U17 Basketball World Cup website and play our game predictor. A bunch more games tomorrow, as well as one more today that you can make your prognostications on. Try to win some great prizes. That's the U17 World Cup game predictor. Jocko giving it up to Masangumba, or Mangasuba, I should say. This three-pointer missed. Another steal for Ivory Coast. They've got 3-on-1 and a foul on Jakob Shiftar. 8th steal of the game for Ivory Coast. $91 likes. Can we get to 100 by halftime? 30 seconds to play in the second quarter. If you haven't already, give us a thumbs up on the broadcast. Show some appreciation for these players as well as for FIBA for putting these events on for these players, these under 18 kids representing their countries. Another takeaway by Ivory Coast. And Ivory Coast with a 3-point lead, 7 seconds to play. And that will not count. Ivory Coast forcing Slovenia into a tough shot with the game clock winding down to 0, and we go to halftime with Ivory Coast on top 41-38. Jean-Charles Sironsi leading the way for Ivory Coast with 9 points. Lunjarts has 10 for Slovenia. We are back with second half action live from Istanbul in just a few moments.
Seven. The recipient of the dime between the legs. Spread him. All right. Built up for Australia, 19 turnovers. And there, flying to the rim. side to Rodriguez. Young! Ferocious slam on the rim.
Another great pass on these USA guards. Stoke through that time.
Côte gets the ball into play. Oh, what a beautiful block that is! Costa Rica putting a sticky note on the backboard. Could have been blown well out of the water by this point. Bumte. Oh, beautiful pass round the back from Beckham Black. The dribble to the rim, Wella! Bonjour, ça va?
The way France have started is doing a great job against this crowd.
Stolen away here. Collins takes it off with a little bit of windmill. Adding the AC to the arena. Renewable energy. Kudlai kicks it. Omer Sheik steps it back. The three. Sheik. Omer Sheik. Say Sheik. Living fast like a Sheik command. Lem Côte. Omer Sheik with an absolute dagger from the deep. Eventually, 4 for 7. The recipient of the dime between the legs. Spread him.
Right.
Built up for Australia, 19 turnovers. And they're flying to the rim. Tries to find a bounce pass inside to Rodriguez. Young. Ferocious slam on the rim.
Another great pass on these USA guards. Stokely that time.
Côte gets the ball into play. Oh, what a beautiful block that is! Costa Rica putting a sticky note on the backboard. Could be blown well out of the water by this point. Bumte. Oh, beautiful pass round the back from Beckham Black. The dribble to the rim, Wella! Bonjour, ça va?
No, the way France have started is doing a great job against this crowd.
Stolen away here. Collins takes it off with a little bit of windmill. Adding the AC to the arena. Renewable energy. Kutlai kicks it. Omer Sheik steps it back. The three. Sheik. Omer Sheik. Say Sheik. Live in France like a Sheik kebab. Lem Côte. Omer Sheik with an absolute dagger from the deep.
Welcome back to BDC Arena in Istanbul, Turkey for the 2026 FIBA U17 Basketball World Cup. My name is Craig Fade. I hope you've been enjoying this one so far. Ivory Coast with a 3-point lead coming out of halftime. 41-38. First period was all Slovenia, but Ivory Coast outscored Slovenia at 27-15 in the second to take this 3-point edge. Other games in the books already today. Japan beat Venezuela 62-52. It was Canada over Puerto Rico 101-82. Italy beat Cameroon 93-74. France over Lithuania 73-59. China beat New Zealand 92-79. The winner of this game will play China tomorrow. And in the first semifinal, USA defeated Australia 114-65. The other semifinal getting underway in about 6 minutes in the main arena in this building. That's going to be Turkey and Serbia. That should be a fun one. We've got a fun one here, as the teams have been trading leads. Shot blocked, but a foul called. We're up over 100 likes on our broadcast on our YouTube live stream. Appreciate all the engagement. If you haven't already, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. A couple of folks chatting. I'll be keeping an eye on the chat. If you guys have any questions or comments, I will try to get to them on the air. Let us know where you're watching from around the world. We'll try to give you a hello on air. And a big thank you to Katarina Tabak, becoming a FIBA YouTube member at the MVP tier. You can become a FIBA YouTube member as well. 3 tiers to choose from: Rookie, Starter, and MVP. Our FIBA YouTube members get exclusive content, early access to highlights. Nice finish by Matisse Rezic. FIBA YouTube members can get loyalty badges and emojis to use during our live streams, plus lots more cool stuff. Join now and become part of our growing community today. Circus shot falling down. Barakel Kofi. Reminiscent of a certain Chicago Bull in the 80s and 90s. Hitting that one on the way down and then falling down. The running floater falls in. Alex Page-Rupnik, and he'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Beg your pardon, that was Jakob Shiftar. Jason Oviedo checking in from the Philippines. They lost a tough one at the senior level in the FIBA Asia Cup to New Zealand. Double overtime, I believe. Mata checking in from North Carolina. 3 up and good. Jean-Charles Sirlassi with another one. He's 4 of 6 from the arc now. Floater missed, and the putback. Rosnick fouled. Yarts missed the initial shot. Rosnick with the offensive rebound and drew the foul. He'll go to the line for a pair. If you think you know how this game is going to end, or maybe the Turkey-Serbia semifinal, or any of the games tomorrow, you can go play the U17 World Cup Game Predictor on the official U17 FIBA website for a chance to win some great prizes. When you're online, don't forget you can check us out on X, Facebook, and Instagram at NextGenHoops. And when you share or comment, be sure to use the hashtag FIBA U17. Jason is glad that the teams from the Philippines are a lot more competitive these days. He said in the past they weren't very competitive, but yeah, there's a lot of good basketball being played in the Philippines now. Slovenia cuts it down to 2. Here's Jocko. Stolen away by Razins. Razins bounce pass to Yarts. Back outside. Slovenia working it around and knocked out of bounds by Kofi. It's going to be Slovenia ball with 8 to shoot. Yarts getting it in to Shiftar. His shot blocked. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Slovenia. 4.2 to play. Slovenia better hurry. Here's Paige Rupnik. Three-pointer missed, but a foul called. Okay, it appears we are back. I apologize for the interruption in the commentary. We've lost power as we do a sportsmanlike call after the review. In our YouTube live stream chat, Beer Battered Gummy Shark a few moments ago said, anyone see Bahamas play? VJ Edgecombe put on a show. Yeah, you're not kidding, he did. So Matisse Razitz. His first free throw will fall in. Misteri becomes a FIBA YouTube member at the rookie level. Thanks so much for joining. Jason says, welcome back. Thank you. Appreciate that. Don't know what happened. My power went off here for a second in my home studio. Came right back, but had to get the internet going as another blocked shot for Ivory Coast. I think that was Konate that got a hand on that one. Shot clock at 7. Outside for Paige Rupnik, and that is good. Alex Paige Rupnik splashes that one. And Slovenia on top by 6, 55-49 now. That bucket will not count. .20 to play third quarter. Yarts back outside. Again, Slovenia working it around. Back outside to Shiftar. Now into the corner. Yarts for 3. Just missed. Ivory Coast running it back the other way. Here comes Fadiga, and he draws the foul. Ibrahim Fadiga. Japhet, watching from the Philippines. Welcome in, Japhet. Thanks for saying hello. Albert. Hello, Albert, becoming a FIBA YouTube member at the rookie level. Thank you so much. Again, if you're interested in becoming a FIBA YouTube member, 3 tiers to choose from: rookie, starter, and MVP. Paige Rupnik, the rebound. Get early access to highlights, exclusive content, badges and emojis to use during our live streams as Jean-Philippe Oka goes coast to coast after the steal and jams it home with the right hand. Ivory Coast back to within 4. Haikas becomes a FIBA YouTube member at the MVP level. Thank you so much, Haikas. Hope I'm saying that right. Yards got bottled up. And now here's Razitz for 3. Missed that one wide left. Great defense by Ivory Coast on that possession. Russ from the Philippines supporting Côte d'Ivoire. Let us know where you're watching from. Try to give you a shout out on air. Again, a little bit different style of a broadcast. I'm interacting live with those of you participating in our YouTube live stream chat. Try to say to as many as we can, hello, and thanks for watching. Great ball movement by Slovenia, but another turnover, and now an unsportsmanlike called as Slovenia intentionally holds up the fast break. Opportunity for Ivory Coast. Yeah, Japhet mentioning the Philippines-New Zealand game, that was at the senior level. Did that go to overtime? I thought that was double overtime. I know the New Zealand team in this event, U17, went to double overtime against Turkey. Lost a heartbreaker there. Got a viewer checking in from India. Thanks so much for saying hello. Here comes Fadiga into the corner. Spinning. Suba, no good. Slovenia have numbers. Now outside for Yarts for three. That one missed. Offensive rebound and a foul over the back. I believe that's going to be on Natan Jocko. Mr. Hard Worker watching from Italy. It says he's Filipino. Welcome in, Mr. Hard Worker. Kwame checking in from Ghana. As the second free throw by Paige Rupnik is no good. Turkey and Serbia, I believe, are underway. Let's check in. Yeah, they're in the first quarter, 4:43 left to play. Turkey leading Serbia 11-7. Slow start in that game. There is Eddie checking in from China. Baseline drive by Slapnik cut off. And another turnover for Slovenia. 14th turnover of the game. We talked about that in the Open, that they had to take better care of the ball if they were going to be successful. Ivory Coast needed to do the same. Ivory Coast much better at taking care of the basketball in this game. Slovenia not so much. Persistence on the offensive glass leading to that bucket for Ivory Coast. Omar Mangasuba has brought Côte d'Ivoire back to within one. Rise asks, where can we watch the Turkey-Serbia game? Should be able to check it out on YouTube, just like this game. You can access it through the U17 World Cup website. It may be restricted in some locations due to broadcast rights. But that game is going on right now. Yep, there's also an announcer in the Turkey-Serbia game. I believe John Gross has the call on that one. And if you were checking in from Slovenia, no doubt we've got a few from Slovenia tuned in, watching these fine young men representing their country. 2 minutes to play, third quarter. This one's been tight. Three on the way. Back iron, no. Rebound Yards, but a whistle. Japhet says, shout out to FIBA referees for very good officiating. Yeah, generally, you're going to see very good officiating. I've been broadcasting FIBA games since 2015, and I can only think of one, maybe two games in the same tournament 11 years ago in a sub-zone tournament where the officiating was a little spotty at times. But by and large, outstanding officiating in these FIBA events. (57-56), 1:45 to play third quarter. Yarts driving on Oka, now gives it up. Back up top to Yarts, straight on three-pointer, no good. Rebound fought for, finally grabbed by Joris Cuadio. Beg your pardon. Ivory Coast answers at the other end. That time it's Konate. And Ivory Coast back on top, 58-57. Question in our live stream chat, asking if Slovenia has a chance in this match. Of course they do. They led big early in this game. And a foul called on the layup attempt by Cuadio. Cuadio is 16 years old. He turns 17 1 week from today. Attends Wilson Academy in the USA. That foul on Nate's Piernot. Up to 124 likes on our broadcast now. Thanks so much, everybody. If you have not already, give us a thumbs up. Show some appreciation for the players participating in this tournament, as well as for the folks at FIBA for putting it together, getting the telecast together, and putting it on for free on YouTube for you to watch. Shot clock down to 10. Here's the drive, the pull up, off the window and in. Nice drive by Matisse Razitz. Ivory Coast by 1. Left side for Oka for 3. That's good! Jean-Philippe Oka hits the three-pointer. And Ivory Coast lead by 4. 8 seconds left. Shot clock off. Razitz to his left, driving. Takes it all the way himself. No bucket. Offensive foul on Slovenia. Did they call that on Piernot? Yeah, they called that on Nate's Piernot. So the bucket did not count. And Ivory Coast with 2.3 to play from just over half court. Sails high, and Ivory Coast take a 4-point lead into the fourth quarter, 63-59. We are back live from Istanbul for the fourth quarter in just a few moments. Just 4 points separate Ivory Coast and Slovenia heading into this fourth quarter. Ivory Coast on top, 63-59. Thanks so much for joining us. wherever you are tuned in from around the world. My name is Craig Feda. Hope you've been enjoying this one. Looked like it was going to go Slovenia's way early, but Ivory Coast came back in the second quarter, and it's really been a back-and-forth battle since then. Biggest lead of the game has been 9 by Slovenia. That was in the first quarter. Ivory Coast's biggest lead has been 4. Jean-Charles Servancy has 12 points for Ivory Coast, leading scorer for Slovenia. Jakub Šiftar, I beg your pardon, Matic Rezic has 18. Slovenia back to within 2 after that bucket. A big thank you to our newest FIBA YouTube member, Serban Kalin 2653 has become a FIBA YouTube member. You can too. At one of 3 levels, rookie, starter, or MVP. Get access to exclusive early highlights, badges and emojis to use during our live streams. Lots more great stuff. And you can also check us out on X, Facebook, and Instagram at NextGen Hoops, and follow the official tournament website for all the latest news and stats, pictures, videos, highlights, game recaps, everything you can think of. By the way, when you share or comment on the socials, use the hashtag FIBA U17. 3 on the way. Splash! Jakub Šiftar! He's got 15 now. I think they miscredited the graphic on the score to Ivory Coast. So it's 64-63 Slovenia. There we go. And a travel. Alex Page-Rupnik. To 128 likes on our YouTube live stream now. If you have not already, go ahead and give us that thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. Try to get to 150 likes on this game. I think we can do it. Nearly 1,000 people tuned in right now. If just a small fraction of you hit that thumbs up button, we'll soar past 150 likes. So go ahead and hit that thumbs up for us. You can also hit that join button and become a FIBA YouTube member. First free throw falls home. Natan Jocko. A little quiet this game, just 8 points so far. Coming into this one, averaging 17.4 per game. Gets them both there. Page-Rupnik missed that three-pointer badly. Ooh, nifty little behind the back dribble. 3 on the way from Jocko. That just missed. Rebound Yarts. Šiftar. He drives with the left hand. High off the glass and good. Over the outstretched arm of the defense, Jakub Šiftar. He's got 17 points now. Kofi. Double team. Jocko now into the corner for Mangasuba. That 3 missed. But Ivory Coast gets it back. And the easy lay-in off the square for Omar Mangasuba. Omar Mangasuba with 9 points now. Šiftar in trouble and had to give it up. Yarts at left elbow, back into the corner for Shiftar. 3 on the way. Nope. Slovenia still with a massive rebounding advantage, 42-31. Here's Kofi, shot clock winding down from 16, no good. Another 3. That one's good. Looney Yarts hits from long distance. And we are tied at 69, just inside 6 minutes to play. One of our YouTube live stream commenters says, come on, Slovenia, make Luka proud. Shiftar again. Shiftar really heating up now in this fourth quarter. He's got 19 points now. Slovenia back on top now by 2 points, 71-69, coming up on 5.5 minutes to play fourth quarter. Outside to Jocko, guarded by Yarts. He launches the 3, missed badly. Orlando Alcantara says, go Ivory Coast. And a foul called on the drive by Alex Page-Rupnik. So Page-Rupnik will go to the free throw line. He's 3 of 5 from the stripe tonight. A couple of folks joining our FIBA YouTube crowd, becoming members. TT_Hamza Gunnar, I believe. Not sure if that's how you say that, but welcome in at the rookie level, and Simeon Dragic as well. Becoming FIBA YouTube members. You can as well. 3 tiers to choose from: rookie, starter, and MVP. Get exclusive content, early access to highlights, and much, much more. Kofi to his right. Tough shot up over Loon Yarts. And here comes Slovenia. Inside to Rosnik. Won't fall in, but a foul call. I believe that's going to be on Tessalon Gubuya. The only person on Ivory Coast that's really in foul trouble is Rafael Uedraogo. He's got 4. Barakel Kofi also with 4. Jakub Shiftar, 4 fouls for Slovenia. If they lose him, that would be a big loss. As Shiftar has really heated up in this fourth quarter. So Slovenia now with a 5-point lead, 74-69. Their biggest lead of the game was 9, but that was in the first quarter. Kofi around the screen by Oka. Kofi driving, gives it up underneath to Odreogo. He gets bumped, no call. Gets knocked out of bounds by Slovenia. It'll be Ivory Coast ball with 10 to shoot. Nice closeout on the shooter, by the way, right there by Matisse Rezic. That 3 missed badly. Rebound Rezic. Here comes Slovenia. Beautiful pass from Rezic. Off the glass and good. Alex Page-Rupnik. And Anderson Affey wants timeout as Slovenia have their biggest lead since the first quarter. 76-69. Back in a moment. .410 to play, fourth quarter. Slovenia looking to expand on their 7-point lead. Ivory Coast missing the triple there. Off the glass won't go. That was Max Anderlich on the miss. Check in on the semifinal between Serbia and Turkey. Serbia leading that one 32-25, 4:28 to play, second quarter. Winner of that game will face USA tomorrow. Not sure if anybody can stop them. An absolute buzzsaw through this tournament. Record scoring. I believe they put up 149 points a couple of days ago. Set the tournament scoring record. Anderlich to inbound. It's the ball. Rosnick outside to Page-Rupnik. 3 on the way from Rezic rather. That's no good. Offensive rebound. Right hand lay-in. Loon Yards. Ivory Coast trailing by 9. Kofi's shot from the left elbow won't go, and a foul called. And an unsportsmanlike. That's going to be on Rafael Odreogo. I think he caught Rosnick up high intentionally with an elbow. And in FIBA rules, the unsportsmanlike counts as a personal. And that will end Rafael Odreogo's night. That was his 5th. That gives Slovenia a 10-point lead, 79-69, biggest lead of the game as Slovenia start to pull away. Second free throw missed for Rosnik. And again, our score graphic is off. The score is 79-69 in favor of Slovenia. Jason in our YouTube live stream chat says USA dominated Australia earlier. No one can stop them. I think you might be right. USA took down Australia 114-65, and Australia's got a pretty good team. USA defeated Puerto Rico yesterday in that record-setting performance, 149-82 in the quarterfinals. Step back three, missed. 3 minutes to play. Again, the score is 79-69. Our score graphic just a little behind. Shiftar over to Paige Rupnik. He pops from 15. That won't fall. Rebound out of bounds. That goes off the hand of Rosnik, and that's going to be Ivory Coast ball. Yeah, question in the YouTube live stream chat asking if that's the correct score. The live stats have it 79-69 on the official tournament website, and that comes straight from the arena. Kofi back outside. 3 out from Jocko, no good. Anderlich, the rebound. Beg your pardon, that was not Anderlich. That was Razits. Paige Rupnik. Slovenia burning a little time here. Yarts. Oh, a beautiful pass underneath. And Nate's Rosnik with the finish, and Slovenia now up by 12. 81-69. Oh, what a beautiful pass from Yarts to Rosnik. Rosnik with that rebound, and time starting to run thin for Ivory Coast. Rosnik gets it out. 3 on the way. Splash! Jakub Shiftar from the corner, and that should do it for Slovenia. 84-69, the lead is 15. Inside of a minute and a half to play. Kofi, he's fouled. Trying to get the score straightened out as the Ivory Coast players is down under the basket. Can't quite see who that is. Is that Konate? Nope, not Konate. Oh, that's Jean-Philippe Oka. Getting that cold spray. Might have knocked knees with somebody. 83-70 now after the free throw by Kofi. Second free throw good. (83-71). And at 23 to play, some pressure in the backcourt by Ivory Coast. Paige Rupnik trapped, and Ivory Coast with a 3-on-1. Right-hand layup is good. Natan Jocko scores. Ivory Coast cuts it down to 10, 83-73. 106 to play. Serbia has opened up a 10-point lead on Turkey. 38-28, 108 to play in the second quarter. Winner of this game will take on China tomorrow. And a tie-up call. It's going to be Slovenia ball. Timeout on the floor. Slovenia by 10 with 103 to play, 83-73. We are back in just a moment for the finish of this one, live from BDC Arena in Istanbul. Slovenia by 10, 83-73 with 103 to play. Try to give you time and score a little more often here as we appear to be having a problem with our graphics package. Slovenia content to work it around and burn some more time. Paige Rupnik whips the pass back out. Shiftar underneath to Nate Piernat, and he scores 85-73. 37 seconds to play. That three missed. Flat-footed rebound by Razitz. Again, Slovenia just trying to burn some time, and a foul called, and now a technical issued on Jean-Philippe Oka after the additional shove there. So we've got the personal foul and then the technical. I don't know who the personal was on. That may have been on Oka as well. Let's see if we can find out who that personal was on. The foul was on Oka, and then he drew the technical as well. So Matisse Razitz will go to the free throw line. He's got 18 points, 9 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the stripe tonight. First free throw does not fall in. It stays at 85-73 in favor of Slovenia. Second free throw misses by Razits. So it remains 85-73, 23 and a half seconds to play, and now Razits to shoot the personal. That free throw is good, and now it's 86-73. Shiftar with 21 points for Slovenia. Matic Razits with 19. He's also got 9 rebounds. Lunart's 7 assists. It's Rajnik with 13 boards and 11 points, so a double-double for Rajnik for Slovenia. Latan Jacko and Barakel Kofi each with 11 points for Ivory Coast. Jean-Charles Chirancy, 12 points to lead the way in a losing effort. The final score, 86-73. Slovenia will take on China tomorrow. One last look in at the other semifinal. USA defeated Australia earlier. Serbia leading Turkey now by 6, 38-32. My name's Craig Feda. Thanks so much for joining us on this one, everybody. A whole more slate of games tomorrow, including the bronze and gold medal games. We hope to see you there. Thanks for watching, everybody. So long for now.